Hi Gemini, thanks for joining me for your April 2018 Astro Tarot forecast. I am shuffling the Lover's Path Tarot. Hey, that's appropriate for a Gemmy, the Lovers. And that's by Chris Walder. The back is super Gemini, romantic, double hearts. So I'll be shuffling this while we go over the forecast. Thank you for subscribing, for your donations. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I do use a new tarot deck each month. And I'm excited to say we enter the month with a full moon coming out of March, and this was in your romance sector and attraction sector, true love. There's some closure for Gemmy, and maybe you're releasing a dating situation. Maybe you are closing the door on an attraction. Or you finished a project, creative endeavors come to an end, and you can move on in the creative field. Mercury, your ruling planet, is retrograde the first 15 days of April. So please still watch what you're saying and how you're expressing yourself and to whom. And just tread lightly this month. And here are a few dates that I'd like for you to remember that policy. On April 2nd, the planetary players that we have stationed in Capricorn are causing us a little stress. And by a little, I mean a lot. There's Mars on the 2nd, exactly conjunct at 8 degrees Saturn. And this is in the 8th house. This energy is in your shared resources sector. It's in your intimacies. It's in your private sector of the wheel. And there's some combustible energy here. There's a fast-paced energy with Mars, but then there's a limiting energy with Saturn. So when you think you have the money, then it lessens up, and then it comes in, and then you have to keep a tight hold on it. And this could apply in your intimacy too. Things are developing, and then they stop and freeze for a minute. You're connecting with someone, and then it comes to a halt. So there's an aggressive tone to this too, so watch your reactions that day. On the 7th, 8th, and 9th, our moon transits over all three of these planetary energies in Capricorn. That lends to an intuitive awareness about what it is here in the 8th house that is being triggered twice, if not the whole month, really. It doesn't, I mean, those days it is exact on the 2nd and the 26th of April. We have Pluto retrograde exactly conjunct Mars at 21 degrees. And this is a triggering energy in the 8th house for you. It's a day to not react explosively. It's things that can be said could be damaging, and you need to tread lightly here. On the 26th, globally, that's a day we could see some deconstruction and then attempts at rebuilding something, or some chaos even. Pluto is change and loss and death, and Mars is war and fighting and aggressiveness. So, and masculine energy and leadership, and Saturn's control and the old authority system. And there's wreckage or havoc happening between these energies, and I think it's meant to dismantle the old white male mentality. It's part of the reason it's happening, but we're going to see some shakeups in our government, and we're going to, especially if you live in the U.S., but you'll see some shakeups environmentally because Mother Nature reacts when Pluto has anything to do with Mars. So volcanic eruptions, a little tremble, earthquake here or there, that's the day to circle for that. On the 14th, and that's the 26th, on the 14th, Jupiter sextiles Pluto. Here's some benevolent energy, some opulent energy between your work sector, the 6th house of errands and work, and the 8th house of who's investing in you, Gemmy. So you could get paid on the 14th and maybe even through the 16th in a big way, because we need that ruling planet Mercury to go direct, and that happens on the 15th in conjunction with our new moon. On the 15th, in Aries, 26 degrees. Mercury's direct at 4 degrees of Aries. All of this is conjunct Uranus, replenishing energy and spontaneity in the sector of the 11th house of friendships, goals, wishes, who you're affiliated with. And there is some inspiring new internet energy here and marketing and global projection for Gemini on the 15th forward. This new moon's energy really works for you in your goal arena. You're checking off your checklist, and there could be spontaneous goals reached with Uranus here, breakthroughs on your presence, with your presence online, and inspiration in this area of marketing and membership to different groups of clubs and groups that you're connecting with. You could be inspired suddenly to join a new connection. Chiron and Juno are also entering Aries on the 17th to assist in healing old wounds between friendships for Gemini and resentments. The Sun enters Taurus on the 19th. We love this because we need a minute of rest here. Gemini gets a little overwhelmed in their thought process, and when the Sun enters Taurus, it's a time for downtime in the subconscious mind. The thoughts quiet down for Gemini, and that's rare, from the 19th of April until the 21st of May. Venus enters Gemini on the 24th. This is when you're aesthetically looking your best. The first house of self and body has the beautiful aesthetic planet of beauty and Aphrodite and love and attraction, goddess energy, Venus in the first house of self and body. So tend to spa days, exfoliation, physical well-being, haircuts, new colors, makeups. You're adorning yourself like a Christmas tree. It's time for a new look and a new wardrobe for Gemini. And Gemini rising and Gemini moon. Please watch all three for a cosmic catch-up. On the 29th, our full moon is at 9 degrees of Scorpio. And this is all conjunct Jupiter, the 6th house of physical health, well-being, work, diet, schedule, and routine. You could close the door on a work-related project or finishing a round of the 21-day fix. There could be an attempt to end a certain practice of well-being that you were tending to, whether it's acupuncture sessions or physical therapy sessions. Something's completed, and something's also brought to the awareness of Gemini in a big way, because Jupiter is involved in this full moon. And this full moon will look big with Jupiter up against it. It's the wind moon, and it's a big one. Let's see what comes up in the tarot for you, Gemini. I'm excited to see what's here, and if you'd like to book with me, I read all through the week. You can find me at audreyalison.com. You can select your desired reading length via the PayPal button, and I will get back to you with some times for your reading. Gemini, the first card out for you is the Eight of Coins. Wow. This card hasn't come out, and I've done a few of these signs already. You are mastering your skill set. He's hung so many of these coins and finished them so much that he's a pro. He can do this effortlessly now. And this is garnering the wages that you deserve. You're receiving money. Wow. Power. Look at that. This is a new card too in the mix. This is Mars, the Emperor. Aries. Leadership, authority. Killing the game. Gemini, killing the game. Taking control of your own destiny. Being your own boss. Having your own leadership roles. Expressing yourself with a sense of authority. Dynamic energy. Just make sure you're not too controlling. You might be coming across as you're just steamrolling through it, Gemini. But that's what's up. I mean, Gemini gets it done. Four of Cups. So throughout all of this prosperity and positive push through, Gemini can get lost in a little bit of their self-indulgent emotional energy and have a few cocktails and wonder what had been. Honey, It could get so dramatic, too, with you, Gemmy, sextiling all that Leo energy. Don't worry so much about it. It's time to celebrate. It's time to celebrate with your friendships, the 11th house, where Mercury goes direct to replenish the energy that's been drained in that connection sector for you. And the new moon is there. 3 of Cups is the 11th house of friendships. Celebration, connection, goals, happiness, fulfillment. So honey, don't cry over spilled wine. You've got things to celebrate. So let this moment of pity party go by quickly. Remember, you're the emperor of your world, Gemini, and you are earning as such. It's inevitable what you're capable of. It's accrual. You are taking control of mastering your skill set, and it's hard to find a worthy opponent. Oh, I say that too. I mean, that's being given to me as a medium, but there's something in that because Mars makes you aggressive. Mars is like, come on, what's up? Are we going to fight? Are we going to do this? I can, come up head to head against you. Don't be too cocky with Mars and Saturn and Pluto, because you just might fall off that ladder you're climbing. So you want to be humble. Hey, be humble. Okay, Gemmy, I love you. I'm wishing you a beautiful spring, and I will see you next month, close to your solar return. Remember, the sky is limitless, so reach for the stars.